guys, welcome back to another video. Today I have Netflix and Hulu suggestions for you so you won't be bored in the house and in the house bored during the rest of this quarantine. So the first suggestion is the movie Platform, and that is on Netflix. The movie Platform is basically about prisoners and the penal system. There's this concrete building where there's a platform where they're putting lots of food. I mean, anything you could think of: cheesecake, burgers, macaroni, potato salad, like everything. And they put it on this big, long, concrete, like, floor thing. And imagine it like an elevator kind of, but like inside of a building where there are different levels, just like an office building, and the prisoners are on each level and they're numbered. And basically the first level gets all of the food until the platform goes down, and they get a certain amount of time while it's there. So level 1 gets the food, blah blah blah, they eat it up, yum yum yum. The platform goes down, and it goes down, you don't even want to know how far. So it's really interesting because you get to see kind of how the prisoners react to being treated that way, and the graphics are really good. So, you know, it looks so real, and it's really interesting, and it's really good. So you should definitely check that out. The next show is Blind Spot on Hulu, and basically Blind Spot, I always butcher that word, I have no idea why. Starts in the middle of Times Square. There's a duffel bag that someone reports as basically a threat, could be a bomb or something. So they send out the bomb squad and FBI to come check it out. They unzip the bag and a human is in it. And this girl is covered in tattoos, head to toe, everywhere, arms, legs, feet, everything. Just tattoos everywhere. And she doesn't have any idea who she is or where she came from. In the end, they use her and her tattoos to solve major crimes, and they walk you through all of it. Each episode is so engaging, and I promise you'll like it. The next movie is on Netflix, and it's called Room. There's a woman and a boy, and they're in this room. Think of it as a shed. So like they're in a shed, and they never leave the shed. They're locked in there by a man who you'll find out at the end of the movie who he is, but so if you kind of follow the story of this woman and her son and how they got in there and their day-to-day life, he definitely mistreats them and abuses them. I mean, he kidnapped them, but at the same time, there's some things that he does that's kind of nice for them. And so you just follow that story until you find out how they get out of that room and what happens when they do. The next movie is Ghost Adventures. I loved Ghost Adventures growing up, so this is Ghost Adventures Artifacts, and it's on Hulu. They basically follow different items that are haunted all over the world, and some of these items are really creepy. And the reason why I suggested this show is because there's this one episode that I am literally petrified to go back and watch, where they talk about a doll. And this doll, if you look at it, apparently will haunt you. And even if you look at her through a TV screen or on a computer screen, I'm getting scared talking about this, but basically they say that she will literally curse you. And so after like talking about the doll and not showing you in one of the episodes, they literally say like, let's show it to people and see if we find that people contact us and say that this like ruined their life. And so I had to turn it off. I could not do it. If you're looking for a scare, definitely check out Ghost Adventures Artifacts, because even besides that one episode, all of those artifacts are so creepy and they will leave you scared. The next movie that I would recommend is Downsizing on Hulu. Basically, we're in a world where it's polluted, we're overpopulated, we need to do something about it. So there are people who decide to shrink themselves, literally like in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. This is the adult version of that movie, and it just kind of walks you through the actual procedure of them like getting people together en masse and like shrinking them, and then they go to this like world. Well, it's not a world, it's in the same world, but basically, you know, if they're small, so they have like their own little town where they have like malls and hotels and clubs and grocery stores and everything. And so basically they're trying to convince people to downsize so that we can help overpopulate the world and save it. But the actual scientific part of it, the graphics are great, it's really interesting, and if you like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, which I personally do, you'll love this movie. The next movie I would suggest is Before I Sleep on Hulu. So this is about a woman who literally, when she goes to bed at night, she forgets everything she ever knew about the day before and about her life. she gets involved with a doctor who then decides that she should probably record herself on a camera and hide it in her house. That doctor gives her a call every single day to remind her to look at that video camera so that she can relearn about herself. And throughout the movie, she basically uncovers and learns secrets that she didn't know, and it's really interesting to see it unfold. On Netflix, there's a movie called Would You Rather that scared me when I was younger. You might have seen it, but just in case, I decided to add it in. Basically, it's Would You Rather. There's a group of people who are invited to a mansion, and they start having dinner as usual, and then things take a turn for the worse. They're actually asked to play Would You Rather, and they have to, like, they literally cannot leave. So the Would You Rathers are really, really gory and sick. So if you don't like horror movies, don't watch it. But it's really creepy and really good, so I would definitely check out that movie as well. The next movie is on Hulu, and it's called Down. This is actually a Hulu original movie, and it's really, really good. I actually just watched this last night, and basically there's a woman and a man who get in an elevator, and they don't know each other, and the elevator stops. So, you know, at first they're kind of like, what's going on? Let's figure out how to contact somebody. That fails. There's nobody around to answer them. They're just stuck in this elevator. So they get to know each other, actually find a little bit of a romantic relationship, but then things don't turn out as they seem. And this is categorized as a horror movie, but it is not horror like demons and ghosts. I would call it a thriller movie, but it's really good, and if you want to see how it ends, you should definitely check that out. Alright guys, so that's all the suggestions that I have for you today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, like, comment, and subscribe, because we need those subscribers. Bye!